Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Dear students, welcome back to Biology online classes. In the previous sessions, we have discussed the scope for subject biology and what are the professional courses one can opt after completing 10+2 with the PCMB combinations. In our next session, we will see the syllabus, the outline of the biology syllabus, what you are going to study in your class 11 or first year PUC. See, if you see the syllabus, there are around 22 chapters as of now, and which are put into 5 different units. The first unit is diversity in the living world, so which includes the chapters like chapter 1 living world, chapter 2 biological classification, then third chapter is animal kingdom, and fourth chapter being the third chapter is the plant kingdom, and the fourth chapter being the animal kingdom. Then the second unit, it includes structural organization in plants and animals, and there also around 3 chapters. Chapter number 5, morphology of flowering plants, chapter number 6, anatomy of flowering plants, and chapter number 7 being structural organization in animals. Further, third unit, it includes cell structure and function. In that, chapter number 8 is cell, the unit of life, chapter number 9 is biomolecules, and chapter 10 includes cell cycle and cell division. Then comes the unit 4, it includes plant physiology. Physiology means study of functional aspects of the plants, where chapter number 11 includes transport in plants, number 12 is mineral nutrition, 13 is photosynthesis in higher plants, number 14 is respiration in plants, number 15 is plant growth and development. And the last unit, that is unit 5, it's all about human physiology, where you are going to study different functional aspects of organ and organ system in case of human beings. So there, chapter number 16 includes digestion and absorption, number 17 includes breathing and exchange of gases, number 18 is body fluids and circulation, number 19 is excretory products and their elimination, chapter number 20 is locomotion and movement, number 21 is neural control and coordination, number 22 is chemical coordination and integration. So these are the 22 chapters as of now you are going to study in class 11. So there may be reduction in the syllabus 30%, but we are waiting for the government order, and we will be updated the syllabus as we get the latest one. So let's start and enjoy our class 11 biology for the session 2020-21. So all the best, students.
Dear students, next is the biology syllabus for class 11. If you see the outline of the syllabus, there are around 22 chapters which are covered under 5 units, and each unit carry around 4 to 5 chapters. We will come to unit number 1. Chapter number 1 is the unit number 1, it includes diversity in the living world, and the chapter number 1 includes the living world. Here in the living world, we will study the definition of living organisms, what are the characters, what is biodiversity, how to name an organism, what is taxonomy. Then we will study the taxonomical hierarchy of man, housefly, mango and wheat. Then different taxonomical aids like zoological parks, herbarium, etc. Chapter number 2, that is biological classification. So here we will study how to classify different living organisms. I mean the classification of living organisms. And 5 kingdom system of classification like kingdom, Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Then brief account on viruses, viroids and lichens. Chapter number 3 is plant kingdom, where we will study the salient features and classification of plants into major groups like algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms, and plant life cycles. Next, chapter number 4, that is animal kingdom. Here also basis of classification and salient features of major non-chordate phyla and chordate classes with the examples. So here all about animals. Next, coming to unit number 2, structural organization in plants and animals. Under that, chapter 5, morphology of flowering plants. Morphology means external features of flowering plants. Flowering plants are called as angiosperms. Here you will study the morphology as well as functions of different parts of the flowering plants like root, stem, leaf, then flower, inflorescence, fruits, seeds and their modifications and different plant families. Chapter number 6, anatomy of flowering plants, under which you will study anatomy means studying of internal structure. So he will study here tissue and the tissue system, then the internal structure of roots, stem and leaves of both dicot and monocot plants. Then chapter number 7, structural organization in animals. Here you will study about animal tissues, organ and organ system, like different organ systems, digestive system, circulatory, respiratory, nervous and reproductive systems of earthworm, cockroach and frog. Coming to unit number 3, cell structure and function. Under that, chapter 8, cell, the unit of life. So here you will study what is a cell, then cell theory, then difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, difference between plant cell and animal cell, then structure and functions of different cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi complex, then centrioles, nucleus, etc. Then chapter number 5, about biomolecules. Here you will study definition, types and functions of proteins, carbohydrates, fats, nucleic acids. Then about enzyme, their types and properties. Next, chapter number 10, cell cycle and cell division. Here you will study the concept of mitosis and meiosis and what are the significance, difference between mitosis and meiosis. Coming to unit 4, it's about plant physiology, means studying of different functional aspects of plants. Chapter number 11, transport in plants, where you will study absorption of water and nutrients by the plants. Then how does these absorbed nutrients and water is transported to the different regions of the plant. Plant and water relationships, different concepts like osmosis, diffusion, uptake of mineral and their translocation, etc. Next, chapter number 12, plants and mineral nutrition. So what are the essential minerals like macro and micronutrients are required for the proper plant growth? What happens if there is any deficiency? Then what about mineral toxicity? Then some ideas about the nitrogen metabolism, nitrogen cycle, etc. Then next chapter is chapter 13, photosynthesis in higher plants. Here we will study the concept of photosynthesis, different experiments conducted by different scientists like Joseph Priestley experiment. Then what is the site of photosynthesis in plants, structure of chloroplast, photosynthetic pigments, different reactions like light reaction, dark reaction, then concept of photorespiration, etc. Coming to chapter number 14, that is plant respiration. Here mainly we will study about aerobic and anaerobic respiration, concept of glycolysis, Krebs cycle and electron transport system and respiratory quotient. Chapter number 15, plant growth and development. Here you will study different phases of plant growth. What are the conditions required for growth of plant? Then the concepts like differentiation, dedifferentiation and redifferentiation. Then different growth regulators, growth hormones. Then concept of photoperiodism and vernalization. Coming to unit 5, it is about human physiology. You are going to study how does the different parts of the human body functions. Under that chapter 16, digestion and absorption. Human alimentary canal and digestive glands you will study. Role of different digestive enzymes, digestion and absorption and assimilation of digested food, nutritional and digestive disorders like diarrhea, indigestion, constipation, vomiting, jaundice, etc. Coming to chapter 17, that is about breathing and respiration. Here respiratory organs in animals you will study, human respiratory system, mechanism of breathing and its regulation, exchange of gases, transport of gases and regulation of respiration. Then different respiratory volumes, disorders related to the respiration like asthma, emphysema, occupational respiratory disorders. Coming to chapter 18, body fluids and circulation. Here composition of blood, blood groups, coagulation, clotting of blood, composition and functions of a fluid called as lymph. Then about human circulatory system, structure of human heart and different blood vessels. Then what is cardiac cycle, what is cardiac output, ECG, then double circulation, regulation of cardiac activity, disorders related to the circulatory system like hypertension, coronary artery disease, angina pectoris and heart failure. Chapter 19 is about excretory products and their elimination. Here different modes of excretion you will study like ammonotelism, ureotelism and uricotelism. Then human excretory system like structure and functions, urine formation mechanism, osmoregulation, then regulation of the kidney functions, renin, angiotensin, antidiuretic factors, ADH and diabetes insipidus, disorders related to the excretory system like uremia, renal failure or kidney failure, kidney stones, renal calculi and nephritis, concept of dialysis. Next, chapter number 20, it's locomotion and movement. Here different types of movement like ciliary, flagellar and muscular movement, skeletal muscles, contractile proteins and muscle contractions. Then the skeletal system you will study. Then disorders of muscular and skeletal system like myasthenia gravis, tetany, muscular dystrophy, arthritis, arthroporosis and gout. Chapter 21 is about neural control and coordination. Here you will study about human nervous system, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system and visceral nervous system, structure of a typical neuron, generation and conduction of nerve impulse, what is reflex action, etc. Then the last chapter is chapter 22, chemical coordination and regulation. Here you will study about endocrine glands and hormones, human endocrine system, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, different glands, pineal glands, thyroid glands, parathyroid, thymus, adrenal, pancreas and gonads. Then hormones of heart, kidney and gastrointestinal tract, role of hormones as messengers and regulators. So this is about a brief outline of the biology syllabus which you are going to study in your class 11 as now. There may some reduction in these chapters, but we are waiting for the government's decision about this, and in future we may inform you about the blow up syllabus, if any.
Dear students, you got an idea what is the syllabus for class 11 biology, what exactly you are going to study in your coming days. So certainly we'll enjoy these studies and enjoy our curriculum throughout. All the best.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.